Yo guys, Not the Gaming here, welcome back to Subnautica. So today I have another list for you. Today we'll be talking about the 5 biggest creatures in Subnautica. So why did I choose 5 and not 10? Well, after these 5, the creatures are getting a lot smaller. So I thought, you know what, let's just do 5 and let's skip 10 for now. Let's not do that because number 10 is already pretty damn small. And I just want this to be about the massive creatures that are in the game. Also, spoiler alert, because I might tell some things about the story which is included by those creatures. Why are they here? What is their purpose in this game? So a little spoiler alert, because I might tell something about the story. I won't tell everything, but because of the creatures, sometimes I might tell some things about the story. Anyway, enough talking, let's get going with the list. Number 5, the Sea Treader. So this right here is the smallest creature that is in this list. So what is this creature doing all the time? Basically it is just roaming the seabed. Yeah, that is right, it just walks on the seabed and sometimes it stops to poop. That is right, the Sea Treader poops in this game. In the future their poop will have a purpose, because you can use this poop as a fertilizer for your future plants. Well, at least that are the ideas for now. The Sea Treader is defensive, so this means that it won't try and attack you if it isn't necessary. But if you get close to him, it will probably try to kick or stomp you, which both do 40% of damage. These attacks are kinda slow, so they are already easy to avoid them, but still you have to keep an eye out because they still do a lot of damage. You can find these Sea Treaders in the Grand Reef and at the Sea Treaders path, which is basically just a path where all the Sea Treaders are heading to another biome. You'll find them in small packs from maybe 3 to 5 Sea Treaders. If you go there, you will see that there are also 3 different sizes. So there are small Sea Treaders, medium Sea Treaders and large Sea Treaders. If you need resources, it can be quite useful to go to the Sea Treader's path or to the Grand Reef to find these creatures. Because when a Sea Treader walks, it can happen that sometimes some kind of outcrops will spawn at his foot as soon as he puts it down on the ground. So that's really cool. If you ever need diamond or gold, I think that for now it is just basalt outcrops that will spawn there. So if you need diamond or gold, just go there and you can find a lot of it. If you want to spawn this creature, all you have to do is use the code spawn Sea Treader, and then there will be a spawn treader right in front of you. Number 4, the Reefback. I think we all know about the Reefback. The Reefback is this giant creature that is just slowly drifting through the water. It is a passive creature, which means it never attacks you. It doesn't even have attacks, it just can't attack you. You can find the Reefback in the Blood Kelp Zone, in the Cracks Field, in the Dunes, in the Grassy Plateaus, Kush Zone, Mushroom Forest, Sparse Reef and the Underwater Islands. I think the first time I encountered them was in the Grassy Plateaus. Just like the Sea Treaders, the Reefback also comes in different sizes. There is an adult Reefback and a juvenile Reefback. The kid version of the Reefback is a lot smaller than the adult one. The adult Reefback and the juvenile Reefback are a little bit different from each other. That is because the adult Reefback has an entire ecosystem on top of him and the juvenile one doesn't have that. Also, the juvenile is a lot smaller than the adult one. So the Reefback also has some kind of mini ecosystem on top of it, and the stuff you can find there are barnacles, there are different plants and sea life. It is just, there are a lot of stuff on top of him. It is really cool. I really like the idea of having an ecosystem on top of a creature which is just floating around. Too bad we aren't able to build our base on top of it, but still it is really cool that this is a thing they've added. The Reefback will also drop eggs which you can take with you, and a baby Reefback will come out of it if you put it in a alien containment. I spawned some babies in before and it is just really cute to see how small these Reefbacks are. It's just really cool. Another thing with these Reefbacks is that if you have a Cyclops, you probably know that there is a horn on it. And if you will use that horn, sometimes it can happen that the Reefbacks reply to that. They will make a sound as well. It can also be that this is still some kind of coincidence, but it happens a lot. So it might also be something that the developers have added into, and that they are actually replying to the horn, which is really cool. Anyway, if you want to spawn this creature in, all you have to do is type in spawn Reefback. And if you want to spawn the Reefback egg in, all you have to do is type in item Reefback egg without any spaces. Number 3, the Reaper Leviathan. This creature, I think that this is one of the creepiest creatures that is in the game right now. I think that the first time I encountered one was when I went to the Aurora and one just spawned right under me. It was just way too scary. But anyway, this creature is aggressive, so this means that once it sees you, it will probably attack you. This creature can also use sonar to hear where you are. If you hear the roar, this probably means that it also hears you. And that means that you just have to get the fuck out of there. Because it does a lot of damage. If it bites you, it does 80% of damage. 80%. This means that you are already almost dead. And whenever it grabs you, it will kill you once your health is under 80%. It can also grab the sea moth, so don't think that the sea moth is a safe place to go to the Aurora, because the Reaper Leviathan will still just attack you. Right now you are still safe in the Cyclops, but in the future the Cyclops will have the possibility to get destroyed, and then the Reaper Leviathan might also be able to destroy it. Right now the Reaper Leviathan is only able to push it. You can find the Reaper Leviathan at the Aurora, the Crash Zone, which is just right behind the Aurora, the Dunes, the Mushroom Forest, the mountains and the mountain island. The Reaper Leviathan is massive. It is 55 meters long. Fun fact about this Reaper Leviathan is that it has no brain, it is just muscle. If you go to the inactive lava zone, you can also find a lot of Reaper Leviathan skeletons around there. That is because the Sea Dragon Leviathan used to grab the Reaper Leviathan and bring it back to the inactive lava zone and eat it there. That is just insane. There is a Reaper Leviathan which is already really big, and then there is a Sea Dragon Leviathan which eats the Reaper Leviathan. Anyway, in the future you will also be able to find the Reaper Leviathan outside the playable area. This is basically just the developers telling you that you shouldn't go out of the playable area. The Reaper Leviathan will be around there, the Crab Squid might be around there, and the Sea Dragon Leviathan will be out there. And maybe when it gets implemented, the Ghost Leviathan might also be there. So talking about the Ghost Leviathan, I might also mention that there is a possibility of the Ghost Leviathan acting the exact same way as the Reaper Leviathan. The Ghost Leviathan might just be a reskin of the Reaper Leviathan, which might also mean that the Reaper Leviathan has the same size as the Ghost Leviathan once it is implemented, if it is implemented. And that is why I'm mentioning it right now as well, because the Ghost Leviathan then also needs a place in this list. And for now it is just going to be a number 3, just like the Reaper Leviathan. And that is because I think the Reaper Leviathan and the Ghost Leviathan will have about the same size. Anyway, if you want to spawn this creature in, all you want to do is spawn Reaper Leviathan and then it spawns one in for you. Number 2, the Sea Dragon Leviathan. Right now the Sea Dragon Leviathan is the biggest creature in the game, but this isn't going to stay that way. So that is why it is right now on number 2 and not on number 1. The Sea Dragon Leviathan is aggressive and it lives in the active lava zone and the inactive lava zone. This creature is really harmful, because when it bites you, you will just die instantly. If it smacks you in the face, you will get 40% of damage. If it breathes fire at you, you will do 20% of damage. And if you catch the meteor that it's throwing at you, you will do 80% of damage. So this guy is just a killing machine. So now is the time that I have to tell a little bit more about the story for these creatures. So what most of you guys know right now is that there is a Carrar disease on the planet that we are right now. And right now the story goes like this. Around 1,000 years ago, the Sea Dragon Leviathan attacked a precursor base, the one in the Lost River, which is completely destroyed. The reason the Sea Dragon Leviathan attacked this base is because the precursors took its eggs and took it with them in the base. And of course the Sea Dragon Leviathan wanted these eggs back, and that is why it started attacking this base. When the Sea Dragon Leviathan destroyed this base, the Carrar bacterium got out of this facility. You are able to find the Sea Dragon Leviathan that attacked the precursor base inside the Lost River. If you go there, you'll find a skeleton of the Sea Dragon Leviathan, and if you scan it, you can see that this Sea Dragon Leviathan died of a head trauma. The sad thing about the Sea Dragon Leviathan is that it never got its eggs. So this means that the eggs are still inside this precursor base. A few weeks ago I created a video about it. Back then the egg wasn't in the game yet, but it was just another model of this egg. But this probably means that in the future we are able to find a Sea Dragon Leviathan egg in the Lost River precursor base. The Sea Dragon Leviathan is massive. It is 112 meters long. This is double the size of the Reaper Leviathan. It is insane how big this creature is. The Sea Dragon Leviathan will also try to attack the Cyclops, just try and punching it with its arms. But for now the creature is also not able to destroy the lifeball, just pushing it. But as we all know, this might come to the game in future updates. The Sea Dragon can attack the Prawn Suit and the Sea Moth though, so keep an eye out. If you want to spawn this creature in, all you have to do is type in spawn Sea Dragon and a massive Sea Dragon Leviathan will spawn in front of you. I don't know why you I don't know why you want to do that, but it is a possibility. Just type in spawn Sea Dragon. Number 1, the Sea Emperor. So what I just said when we were talking about the Sea Dragon Leviathan is that the Sea Dragon Leviathan is now bigger than the Sea Emperor. But in the future this is going to change. If you just take a look at this picture, you can see that the Sea Emperor is just going to be twice the size of the Sea Dragon Leviathan, even more. It is just insane to think about that. Alright, now the Sea Emperor is already in the game, but we aren't able to see its full size. If you spawn it in, it just spawns at a smaller size than it is supposed to be. You will be able to find the Sea Emperor only in the primary containment facility, which is the precursor base that is inside the active lava zone. The thing with the Sea Emperor is that it is probably going to be a passive creature, or maybe defensive, but probably passive. This isn't confirmed yet, but I'm guessing that the Sea Emperor is going to be passive. There is also a story behind the Sea Emperor. I will tell you some bits of it, but I won't tell you the whole story. So like I said, the Sea Emperor will be inside the precursor base that is inside the active lava zone. But why is it there? Most of the Sea Emperors died when the Kawar disease was released on this world, but there is still one remaining. And this one Sea Emperor also left 5 eggs for us. Well, it didn't leave it for us because it is still around. But these eggs, we probably have to hatch them at some point in the story. The reason why we have to hatch these eggs is because the babies drop a enzyme 42. And this enzyme can be used to create a cure for the Kawar disease. These babies are already in the game. You can find them. They have a slight different model than the Sea Emperor, as you can see right here. And they are so cute. I really want one in my alien containment facility thing, in my aquarium. It's just, they are so cute. Anyway, I think that this creature is one of the creatures that I just really love. I just really want to see this creature in game. It is the biggest creature in the game, and I really want to see this fully finished in the game. But I think it will still take some time until we can see the Sea Emperor's full size. If you want to spawn this creature in, all you have to type in is spawn Sea Emperor. And if you want to spawn in the Sea Emperor's baby, all you have to type in is spawn Sea Emperor baby. Alright, so this was the list, the top 5 biggest creatures in Subnautica. I really like all these creatures, and I think that my favorite one in this list is the Sea Emperor right now. And I'm really curious to what creature is your favorite one. So just leave a comment below and let me know which creature is your favorite creature from this list. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and also thank you guys so much for the support on my last list video I did, the top 10 creepiest creatures in Subnautica. Just thank you so much for all the support lately. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Pop that thing, she gon' pop that.